Alright. Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't know how long this video is gonna be because my computer's almost running out of battery. But I decided I'm gonna record today. So, yeah, let's get on with it. The judge says, I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Because last time, I forgot to say that, Mario and Luigi apparently said that they saw the Mr. Windibank even though they never met him at all. So we have a contradiction there, and now we have further testimony. So let's continue right now. Do we have to? Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. On pain of death. So Van Zieks is just like done with these guys by this point. He's just like, I just say it or I'm gonna murder you. Which is, in honesty, not a bad idea. You might as well just murder them. Anyway, whatever. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth. He's not playing around at all. Alright, so witness's testimony. Let's do this. Encounter with the victim. Alright, so we did just go inside the gaff and he had a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like was possessed. I thought we'd at it. For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter. Wow, he's strong then, if that's the case. I pulled me gun on him and he legged it through the door into the back room. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. Okay. Sorry if you hear noises, I'm just fixing my microphone. So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed into the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop? Yeah. Sorry. Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. Of course it does. But, honest, Governor, this time, Nash, we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination, which I very well will. Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Please hold up, computer. Alright, encounter with the victim. Let's go. So we got inside the gaff and he decided to relief when the geezer showed his mug. Okay, so press everything. When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and the proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank. Well, sorry, I mean, that's right. We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. But we never thought no one was gonna come out of the back room like that. The back room from being the pawnbroker's storeroom? Yeah, that must be where he popped up from, only place he could have been. So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises. Oh great, Iris.
Which means Ginny must have been in there at that point as well.
But that doesn't make sense, does it? No, it doesn't. If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank in the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I wasn't asking you to, like, give me an answer. I'm just asking just to ask. Anyway, did you see the accused at that time? What, Mal Tuller? Couldn't tell you. No way, Cover, he had a bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Okay. Give him the gun, he bellowed, and they flew at us like, he was possessed. Hold it! Okay, so apparently the guy threw it himself at you. You mentioned that Mr. Windibanks shouted those words in your previous testimony, too. However, you claim that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Yeah. Was the victim, Mr. Windibank, wielding a gun at the time? Whatever, blimey, let me a great ugly barrel, had it pointed straight at me front piece. So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at that time, is that right? It is, Gov, it is, spot on. Then all of a sudden, he came at us, he did. It was Beldum. I didn't know who was going for who. You were clearly all going for each other. Yeah, it was a free-for-all. It was a firefight. Halo Reach. Double kill.
Killing spree.
You know, all that stuff. Like Nash said, we thought we had to, Pause? What do you mean by that? For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
Hold it!
Alright, I gotta know about this. Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony, too. Well, yeah, of course we did. He knocked over a lot of books, candlestick, and some skull whatnot. That got tangled in some marionette, what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked the scales on the floor. So, in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter. Well, Big Brother ear went flying over the counter like a gunshot. I can't tell you. Then the old geezer pinned him. He did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There is a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Yeah, they did, even though you couldn't see them.
Poor Mr. Windibank. He did everything he could to protect this shop.
Oh, don't cry, Iris. We'll get through the bottom of this. I pulled my gun on him and then legged it through the door into the back room. So you pulled your gun on him. Okay, I'm getting angry now. Jesus. Were you intending to shoot Mr. Windibank? Nah, never. I was just, playing charades. Look out for me, bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, then ran off through that door and shut himself in. There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true.
I wonder why Mr. Windibank ran away into the storeroom.
What?
Well, according to that, what everyone's saying, Ginny wasn't there waiting for him with a gun.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Ah, yes, that's right. That is true. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windibank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windibank's hand? Again? Question mark.
I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it?
This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and my brother are... That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and my brother. Alright, and then the last thing to press, and then we'll do some other things. It never had anything to do with killing him. That's all that happened, I swear. Alright, last thing I'm gonna press on. You see, he had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Nothing, Gov. Nothing. The old geezer went to shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was from the inside. We know it was, because we tried to open it. but it's a decent door, that good one. Good and strong, wouldn't budge an inch. So in the end, this situation remains unchanged. What do you mean by that, Van Zieks? Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused Miss Gina Lestrade. Ah, okay, let's not go with that. It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel? I don't know. Neither do I. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Windibank? The brothers. I don't know. If we're going logically speaking. Alright. Hey, what's up everybody? I know this is not a new video, but I have something to tell you. When I was recording this episode, my computer crashed. So what I did was I recorded the first part of this, 10 minutes of it, and today I'm gonna continue. Also, to be fair, in the last episode that I recorded, I effectively was messing up a lot, didn't understand the question, but here it is. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly have shot Mr. Windibank? And I think over here, I think I said that there could have been, because I think this time I think I looked it up. I looked up what I had to do. I think you have to say there could have been, and then they'll go through a whole song. And I did this wrong last time because I put Gina and the person in the wrong place in the wrong time. Mr. Windibank had to be outside of the door, and Gina had to be Mr. Windibank had to be inside of the storeroom, and Gina had to be outside, or the person who shot him. So yeah, okay. Anyway, let me just see if this is correct. I'm gonna press there could have been right now. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. What? What's that look for? From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. Bum. Bum bum. Please be good now. It did. What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is, who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? I'm dyslexic as flip. Counsel, you must now provide answers to court in respect of two conundrums. Two, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get my phone just to search up the answer. I know this is dumb, but like, I don't want to be here forever. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got the cheat sheet. I'm back. My computer hasn't broken yet, so we're good. Indeed. Namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time? Okay, so over here it says I have to, when asked about the murder's position, point outside the storeroom door. Okay, so outside the storeroom door.
Are you alright, Bruno?
Did I miss something? I'm sorry if I missed something. This is a horrible... I'm sorry. I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. Okay, so over here, the murderer... Shit, okay. Let me just make sure that I'm doing this correct. Outside the storeroom. So the murderer could have been right over here.
Take that!
The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. Okay, Van Zieks. And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? Right, over here, right? Let me just make sure. Point out. Point, victim's position, point inside the storeroom.
Take that!
There you go. See, I knew I got it. I got it this time. I cheated, granted, but I got it. The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Continue. Oh, okay, so there's more. Mr. Windibanks died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the critical point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So you're adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, moving my microphone, I pulled my gun on him and he legged it through the door in the back room. If Mr. Windibanks ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time, okay? Ah! It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Nah! Gah! Van Zieks is like, I'm gonna murder you. He's got murder on the mind.
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
What did Van Zieks say? Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner, his report states the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
Poor man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety.
Ah, of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered the body on an upward trajectory. Exactly. That makes sense.
So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windibanks.
Objection!
Jesus Christ. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. Yeah, but, you claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock? But, we got buts here. What if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. No, I wasn't thinking that. Is that so? Very well then, counsel, present your hypothesis to the court. I think Gina locked the door. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom door from the inside? I think this is where we present Gina.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
Don't object me. That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Oh, such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Ah, yes, that's a tricky one. That isn't it? Okay, so I don't know, but I think I have an idea. Half-baked notion have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does? What do you mean? Iris, help me.
Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh, true. Oh, yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into the shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then, probably, only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door hoping to escape danger. Bang! Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? Ah, I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it. Oh. In order to save her own life.
Hold it!
What do you mean, hold it? But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't, Gov. We ain't. You've got to believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one.
Objection!
That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There is only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. Naga! Where does it just leave us? You mean to say it wasn't the big pocket who shot us? A pawnbroker, after all. I should have known it was those three brothers. They look as shitty as the defense forests.
That was amazing, Bruno.
Yeah, hubbaloo.
All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now.
I know. First time ever, and probably the last. Okay, buddy.
Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll have to give a verdict of not...
Oh, God. Oh, he's laughing. Oh, my God, he's laughing. An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? It means danger. It means we're fucked. Alright, I'm gonna press button right now. He's laughing. You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zieks. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive. Now he's gonna pour himself a drink now, isn't he? I dare say, such I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that word. Chicanery? I'm gonna search it up and put it how it is.
Chicanery.
Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. Okay, now you're just insulting everybody again. But such blatantly conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here. Buddy, did you learn the thesaurus or the dictionary? Why are you using big words now? What is happening here, bro? Stop. What? Yeah, what? The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly, credibly, cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. Oh, buddy, your music. A fatal flaw? Excuse me, sir? Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing?
I say, Lord Van Zieks, might be an idea to explain this body conjecture, trick, or whatever it is to the troops on the ground,
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Apparently involves breaking stuff. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. I count 2. Well, 1.
By George, count bullets?
Oh dear. You noticed then?
Wait, you noticed too? Why did you tell Iris? You're supposed to help me, not make me look like an idiot. Huh? What's everyone talking about? I'm the only one that doesn't know. Counsel. Yes, sir. Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime. 2. 2 bullets. 2? Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective Mr. Sherlock Sholmes on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense has presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings.
I did. I did show that.
The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun. Oh, great.
Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. I'm just like, damn. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Sherlock Sholmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness, I'll think you'll find that is the single bullet that was fired from the brothers' gun hit Mr. Sholmes. It means Windibank not shot by the same gun. Stop. Only 1 bullet. Stop.
Damn.
Exactly.
Shit.
Yes, this Nippon street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Back off, buddy. You're making me uncomfortable.
Order, order, order.
Oh, you finished another. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hollowed nectar into the public gallery. Somebody's got hit in the eye.
Lord Van Zieks.
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can regrettably no longer be described as juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean... The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. And as we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. Okay, great. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. Oh, you have that now. Okay, we're going hardball now. That's the disc. That is the disc.
I'll be taking that, whatever it is, Miss McGilda's down to the yard, thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine. That is mine.
I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
What about the coat? Because that's all bloodied up as well. Yes, that music box disc. McGilded's music box disc. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windibank, the accused attempt to make off with his article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Good gracious.
Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on the account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets the fact at its peril.
I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel. As a grim testament... Lord Van Zieks,
Inspector Gregson, what's happening? What are we doing? What? Yes, Inspector.
We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zieks at all. I am unaware of any such meeting.
But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent.
Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. Okay, Gregson tried to get that out of the way. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, bailiff.
The music box disc has been added to the court record, or entered to the court record. The prosecution has established the accused motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. There is nothing more to add. Bow down. You did a good job. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decision and rest my case.
Okay. Damn.
I don't believe it. He's hot. I had the jury on my side for once for all 5 minutes.
Oh dear, it wasn't even for 5 minutes, Bruno.
My lord.
Oh god, not again. Let me just save. You're not gonna see this. Also, this is already like towards the end of the video, so.
Wonder if I might say something at this point.
Proceed, Mr.
Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of fog up to now, if truth be told. But all of a sudden, The answer's bodily obvious to me and by men. There's only one thing for it.
Oh God. Oh no. Yep.
Oh, guess what that means next time. Very well. The court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Yep.
Guilty.
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 See.
Guilty.
Yes. Thank you.
We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley.
Oh, so you read it.
How dare he uses it against us?
Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day.
Oh, we don't even get asked anymore. We're just gonna. The judge is like, okay, we know the drill. Next time on freaking the Great Ace Attorney, we're gonna do a second summation examination in the trial. Holy shit! Shall I put it here? Let me go with one more.
Mr. Foreman, are you and your other jurors ready?
Next time on the Great Ace Attorney, Mr. Foreman will be ready. Intense music is playing. Oh my gosh, what's happening? See you guys next time, and bye-bye.